This is what's happening.
Hello? Constable, need to come to the door.
From one Houston home to the next.
Hello, Constable.
Deputy Benny Gant with the Harris County Constable's Office executes judge's orders to evict.
Hello, Constable.
We ain't got nowhere to go.
Israel Rodriguez is the tenant at this apartment, but he's not alone. 20-month-old Israel, his brother, 4-year-old Fabian, and their mother are some of the estimated 40 million Americans facing eviction in the downward spiral of the COVID economy.
They didn't rush us, but they were like, get everything you need.
Rodriguez admits he hasn't been paying rent, behind thousands of dollars.
It's my fault in the eviction. It was a lot going on during the corona. When it hit, I lost my job. So it took me like a month to get another job. This is my check, but I ain't making it with $300. It's literally $300.
Their stroller now carries their possessions.
It's mainly the kids' clothes because me and her just wear the same clothes almost every day. Make sure we got, toilet paper and a little bit of snacks for the kids.
What are you gonna do with all of your stuff?
That's trash. They can throw it in the trash because we don't have a car, we don't have help, we don't have nobody that can come, help us out right now. Nobody. We got ourselves, me and the kids and her, that's it.
How does you as law enforcement feel about seeing that family have to go?
Oh, that's a tough situation. I've got 6 kids, 6 children.
Then don't do it.
And,
Don't do it.
The kids see the mom and dad in desperate situations.
Don't do it.
That's clear.
Deputy Gant, an officer for 35 years, is just starting his day. 8 evictions are on his list.
A co-defendant is here, 2 of them.
At each stop, people behind on rent are ordered to leave. Possessions pulled out.
Where are you guys gonna go now?
We gotta go to a hotel.
You can go to a hotel.
As Deputy Gant works through his list, we get word that 200 eviction orders have come through the Harris County courts for this week. That's double what they normally saw for an entire month before COVID.
200 on Monday. What does that...
Well, that's a lot, yeah.
What does that say to you?
Well, what that means is that they're ready to start having people removed from properties.
It is about...
That's what it tells that guy?
Wow, that's what he concluded.
That's what it tells him. Dad tells him we're getting ready to kick these fuckers out. Did you hear him? He didn't tell me, wow, we got a broken system. Where are these people supposed to go? The government closes down our business, and then these people don't have any money to pay rent. Now they pay me to come kick them out. This is fucked up. That's not what he said. At all. Wow. So in Chicago, the last time this happened, in Cook County, the sheriff said, I'm not evicting anyone anymore. This is caused by the banks, and I'm not doing this. So they could do that. It's immoral to follow an immoral order. This is immoral.
Clog. But it's also just one precinct in one of America's hardest hit cities in evictions. The job takes its toll.
I don't really want to put her out here,
But I'm gonna.
but I have to.
I'm gonna.
Under this judge's order.
At this apartment,
I don't want to make Rosa Parks move to the back of the bus, but I have to, because this judge told me to. I don't want to have to arrest this black kid when he did, but I have to. Because a judge told me. Because a judge told you? What if a judge told you had to throw some people in an oven? What if a judge told you had to poison some people? What if a judge told you had to kill some people? What if a judge told you had to throw some kids out on the street? A judge told you?
Let the judge come and
The
serve these
fuck?
people.
That you're not a good person. You're a tool. You're a willing cog in an evil wheel.
the tenant is an elderly woman who can no
I love how they said that, how it takes its toll on him. Did it look like it took his toll on him? Not one fucking bit. You know who it's taking the toll on? The people he's kicking out of their houses. Jesus Christ. And I know this isn't that guy's fault. I'm not making it that cop's fault. I'm just saying you don't get to have excuses while you do this. No, this is the job you are willingly doing.
You signed up for this
You
job.
signed up for this fucking job. You do this every day of your life. Fuck you. This is immoral. And you're implementing an immoral system. Willingly.
Longer afford the rent. The landlord's mover, Francisco Munoz, works, though he doesn't want to.
I have a family. I have a sister. I have my mom. And we never know. Maybe today is her, tomorrow's me,
Midway through the eviction, Deputy Gant decides it's too dangerous to evict her in the Houston summer heat
I'm not going to put her out here in this heat.
and will call social services instead.
We're going to stay today, but tomorrow you're leaving.
A one-day reprieve with an uncertain tomorrow.
You have a situation where people aren't working, they don't have the money, and they're desperate.
So we kick him out. Swing district Democrats link with progressives to back paycheck bill. So how is this tied back to Nancy Pelosi? How is this? So what, Jim, you're going to tell me this is the Democrats' fault? Yes. That's why I'm fucking here, baby. So they could have avoided this shit. Nancy Pelosi stopped it. Representative Pramila Jayapal tried to get this done. Nancy Pelosi stopped it. The same Nancy Pelosi Representative Pramila Jayapal fucking voted for as leader. After House Speaker, this is from when is this article from? This is from May 19th. We already covered this once, but I'm covering it again. After House Speaker Nancy Pelosi excluded a plan to keep unemployment down, excluded a plan after Nancy Pelosi, not Donald Trump, not Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi excluded a plan to keep unemployment down by subsidizing firms to keep workers on payrolls from her relief package last week. She did that. Dozens of progressives have banded together with 10 frontline Democrats from swing districts to introduce it as a standalone piece of legislation. How'd that go? Well, the Paycheck Recovery Act, authored by Representative Pramila Jayapal, aims to make sure that paychecks are flowing from employers to workers during the coronavirus pandemic. Sounds like a good plan. That's what they did in all the other countries that didn't have a spike in unemployment. While Pelosi has said she was open to considering the idea, she ultimately kept it out of the HEROES Act. The coronavirus relief bill passed by the House on Friday. She kept it out of that bill in May. And that bill included an extension of unemployment subsidies. So Nancy Pelosi was wanting to give people unemployment subsidies, not keep them employed. Mass unemployment is a policy choice. So this is the Democrats and led by Nancy Pelosi choosing mass unemployment. So you see those people getting kicked out of their house? That was by Nancy Pelosi's directive. That's a policy choice. Nancy Pelosi did that. That's a policy choice by Nancy Pelosi, and we must choose differently, said Representative Jayapal while introducing the Paycheck Recovery Act. Senator Josh Hawley, Republican from Missouri, joined by a handful of Democrats, has sponsored a similar piece of legislation in the Senate. The politics of fighting on behalf of jobs is an obvious winner, and Hawley is hoping to exploit Democrats' failure to do so in an election year. So do you see how they're positioning it? The Democrats want to pay people to be unemployed. The Republicans want to keep people employed. That's what Josh Hawley is saying. It is unbelievable. This is Josh Hawley speaking, Republican senator. He says it is unbelievable that you would propose $3 trillion in federal spending and you wouldn't have a focus on workers. That is Nancy Pelosi. We live in a rapacious oligarchy. This is a failed state. We're paying people to throw old women and children into the street in the middle of a fucking economic calamity. The state is paying people to kick people and children out of their houses into the street in the middle of an economic calamity created by the state. And Nancy Pelosi says, fuck you, pound sand. I want those companies to go bankrupt because I want my rich friends to be able to buy them up at bargain sale prices. Your enemy is Nancy Pelosi and neoliberalism. And if you think Nancy Pelosi is in opposition to Donald Trump, you're a fucking sucker and a chump. And if you're telling anybody to fucking vote for Joe Biden instead of telling Joe Biden to help these fucking people and propose propositions to help them and policies to help these people, then you're a fucking grifter. I get one more fucking fundraising email from you fucking cocksuckers telling me to help your fucking media company and then telling me to vote for Joe Biden, you fucking soulless pricks. You transparently grifting fucking shitheads. Well, Joe Biden, I'm a good person. I'm gonna tell you how good of a person I am. I'm angry at Trump. Doesn't that make me a good person? I'm gonna tell you to vote for Joe Biden. Oh, I feel so much better now. You're a bad person. Everyone else is bad. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I'm such a good person now I can go to sleep. I'm literally telling you I'm pretending I'm a progressive. I'm pretending. If you are telling someone to vote for Joe Biden 2 months ahead of the election, you are not a progressive. You are a fucking pretender. You have internalized the propaganda, and you are now the problem. You are the fucking problem. You. You're not grown up. You're not mature. You're fucking grifters. You're tools. You're willing tools and grifters. One more fucking fundraising email. While you're telling me to vote Joe Biden, you fucking... The time to help those people was with the CARES Act. That's when the Democrats, Bernie Sanders, and the squad had all their fucking leverage. And they didn't use it. They went along with Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump and fucked everybody in the country. The CARES Act was when they should have did something. Because remember, that's when all the rich guys wanted their $5 trillion. And they could have Bernie Sanders could have put a 2-week hold on that. We could have rallied people, got in the fucking streets. We got in the streets very soon after that. That's when the Democrats should have did something. That's when we could have got paycheck. We could have really helped people. We could have got a UBI. We could have got health care for people in the middle of a fire. They got nothing. Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders and the squad went along with the largest upward transfer of wealth in the history of the human fucking race. And then they sent me emails, fundraising, telling me all the shit they got me. And then they lied about how they voted. AOC fucking blatantly lied about it. And then they got her lefty media people to fucking lie for her. The Intercept lied when they said she voted against it. He didn't fucking vote against it. That's a blatant lie. And that's when they should have did something. And they didn't, on fucking purpose. And Bernie Sanders went along with the largest upward transfer in the history of the fucking universe And then sent me an email telling me how fucking good shit he got. And he didn't. He lied. He didn't get you that $600. That was Michael Bennett. Bernie Sanders deceived you. Just like he deceived you for the last 4 fucking years. He will never stand up to Chuck Schumer. He will never stand up to Nancy Pelosi. This is caused by Nancy Pelosi directly.
And certainly, if the Speaker of the House wants to come on the Jimmy Dore show, she has an open invitation to answer these questions, but she's never going to.
If she's not busy being tricked by hairdressers, she's getting scammed. She's such a smart cookie. She somehow got scammed by a hair salon. Did you hear that? She's such a fucking transparent liar.
Oh, because she ultimately didn't want to take responsibility that she went and got her hair cut? Is that the bottom line?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, everybody in California, I just know in California, I know my friends who work in salons, that they don't have access, that they're desperate. They're trying to find other solutions. But Nancy Pelosi, with all her privilege and millions of dollars.
That's right.
She got lied to.
She couldn't pay a hairdresser to come to her house and cut her hair in the backyard outside. She couldn't do that.
Or even buy her refrigerator.
So Trump is anti-science, but apparently Nancy Pelosi also, she knows the science. She just disregards it when it fits her. Just like Joe Biden with fracking. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.